Today, I am revealing publicly for the very first time that I am HIV positive. I was diagnosed in 2003, and I have been living happy and healthy. However, I'm also here to fight the stigma, not only external stigma, but more so for me personally, my internal stigma. It has caused me to doubt myself, to think less of myself, to have self-worth and self-esteem issues. And in my process of healing, I realized that I know that I am not the only one who feels this way. And not only if someone is HIV positive, but I know that we have all told ourselves a lie that is not the truth of who we are because of something that we've been through. And for me personally, it was HIV that has caused me to doubt my existence. And I want to end it today. Welcome to Transcend. I'm Gracie Cartier. These two right here, they've been with me through it all, through 3 life-changing major experiences. When I first found out that I was HIV positive, when I first shared, Dante was with me. When I transitioned in 2016, and when my mother passed in 2019, they were both with me by my side. They have been a positive, constant force in my life. Nephews, thank you so much for being here.
Hi.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
I'm well. Let's just get right into it.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so grateful to have you. As you guys both know, this experience has it's been a lot, but I'm here and I've had you by my side. So let's go back to when I first found out that I was positive and we was at dinner that night. Johnny, what was your recollection? And
I can honestly say I remember 2 actual points of when you found out you were positive, and I was still a teenager at this time, so it was mostly you communicating this with my mom and kind of me getting it from her. So I just remember how it felt when she told me first before we all sat down and talked about it like together, when I could like hear you talk to her, because we were taking you back to the Greyhound when you guys were like meeting. And I just know I was so frightened. Like I was really frightened. And at that time, all I was being taught was to like be afraid of AIDS, be afraid of HIV. So I just remember being so scared for you and like, not knowing what to think, thinking that I was going to lose you like really soon. And I was only about maybe 15 or 14. I just was just looking at you to see if I was going to see the pain or the upsetness or the guilt or anything. But I saw something totally different just looking at you and watching you vicariously, like through your social media at the time. And by the time I was old enough to like get to you and I was old enough to come to LA and be like, hi, Auntie, I'm an adult now. I see you still out here fighting and living your best life. You really like grabbed HIV by the balls. If I can say it, any other way, you grabbed it by the balls and you were like, this is not going to take me out of here. This is not going to end my life. And I just saw it gave you this hunger and zest for more. It moved you at a faster pace from when you told us, me and my mom, to when you went to New York and then Georgia and to LA. I was like, oh my God, you're living even more now. It made you more alive, if anything, when you found out that there was a possibility that you might die, because that's how it was getting that news about your status.
Before I share it with you guys, I lived with it for 2 years on my own. I educated myself. I started my medical treatment, and began living an undetectable life. So I kind of like had 2 years to process it on my own. And it was like extremely hard because you know how I tell you guys everything. So to like keep that from my mom and to keep that from everyone, it was like killing me inside. It was like, although I was continuing and pushing forward, it was really like, it was the inner turmoil and the inner struggle that I was really dealing with. And, it was a thing of first I'm Black, now I'm positive, and then I'm thinking about transitioning. It was like triple the stigma, triple the oppression, triple the struggle. However, that's another story as I would like to get into that another time. But moving into my transition, I told myself my soul would not sleep until I did what I needed to do. Of course, it affected my self-esteem and my self-worth, but I still felt as though I needed to push through. And pushing through, I'll never forget being at your house and always being in the mirror and always envisioning and seeing myself. When Caitlin came out, that was when I knew. Again, it took me another 2 years to finally come. And once I finally began to be my authentic self, Aaron, how was that for you seeing that?
It was a lot to take in and a lot to process. Because I was so used to Kareem, and I think a lot of people were used to Kareem and the idea of Kareem and the journey of Kareem. So to be introduced to Gracie, it was just like, yes, we're ready for it, and yes, we're ready to embrace it, and yes, we're ready for all the shenanigans and like all the beauty and all the grace that comes with it. But we're gonna miss Kareem too. We're gonna miss that journey, and we're gonna miss all that love and all that light that beamed during that time. And yeah, it was just like, how we are. We just move with the program. This is what we're doing now. This is how we're going to move. Like when we first started, we were having a little tough time with that at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Then
it wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
The acceptance part was easy for us. But for me, I feel like it was more of a shock for Aaron. Me having known you longer as Kareem since I was younger. It was a lot of our growing pains, me growing up and just seeing how you and my mom were, where I used to think like, my uncle is really my auntie. Like, I just feel like some of the things you used to do and your behavior, I used to be like, it is a woman in there. But I mean, I used to feel bad saying it because it's like, oh, you just being mean and shady in your head. But it was just an internal feeling because, we're gay men, we're flamboyant, we're feminine and stuff. But it was different with you. It wasn't just your flamboyance. It was a more deeper femininity thing with just how you were reacting with people. And when I was looking for my uncle at times, I was really getting my aunt and you didn't know. And it was kind of hard because I was needing like a certain manhood from you that you didn't have.
Right.
And I realized I had to accept that. I never told you this. This is just something that I had to work on personally because I know I wanted our relationship to blossom.
Right.
And there kind of was a little misunderstanding for me and why we couldn't bond the way I wanted to, because I was looking for an uncle, but really my auntie was always in there. So when you finally told us that you were like ready to transition, it was, oh my God, I just was like ablaze with relief because I'm just like, oh my God, yes, it makes everything, yes. Oh my God, yes.
Let me ask you a question. Is there would you say that there's a difference in the relationship dynamic of Uncle Kareem and Auntie Gracie?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's two completely different entities. Yeah.
Like, I feel like same soul, but
completely different energy.
Completely different frequency, energy, alignment. Just the way you radiate as a human being now was not the same from when you were a man. It literally was, I can say, the embodiment of a soul trapped in the wrong body. Like, that is what we got to live through, like, with you, to see you that way and to see you now. Now it's like, I can't get enough. We can't get enough. We can't get enough.
Can't get enough.
Channeling.
Yeah, so your happiness.
And it's thank you. It's so interesting because we've shared many great times and many great memories. Also, especially with my mom when she would always come to LA and always come and visit us. And you guys know, as you were there when she passed, and you know how much of an impact and how much it changed and shifted my life. Well, I would like to know, what did my mom mean to you guys? Because I love every time y'all come over, like y'all go straight to the picture and you're like, Auntie Nita, and just that little small gesture just means so much to me. But I would like to know, like, what does Auntie Nita mean to you guys?
Auntie Nita means understanding to me. There's so many parents who just completely fight their children on how to be, like how there's a certain like parents have a certain idea of how they want their children to be. And I don't know if this was your experience with Auntie Nita, but I just felt like she was just very aware, very present, and like just always embracing who we are as individuals and how we are as people. Like she never like didn't want us to not be comfortable. And that's what I love the most about her.
What about you, Donnie?
That woman in just a few words, honestly, because she was really an angel before she was an angel. And without her and without you, I would not be able to be the man that I am, because she literally was the woman who was literally with an understanding and compassion
Yeah.
that was just from another time. She helped my mom with my sexuality when I was coming out, because I was seeing you when I was younger and still like unsure of, what sexuality was or who I was. And when I did come out and my mom got distant from me, it was Auntie Nita who was helping her to get to understand me, and so that we wouldn't suffer and lose our bond. So she was amazing, and watching her embrace you even through her struggles with your transition, to see you and her together and go to your therapy with you and just help you really, really get your reins becoming a woman from the woman that made you. It just felt even more empowering. So it's like she knew more than she even probably felt. She just was acting off of this just divine energy that was her.
She was a soul, a presence that there are no words to describe. I can go on, but I will just say that I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I don't take it for granted, because I understand and I know that there are so many people that are not as fortunate to have the mother or to have the support that I have had with you guys. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being the beautiful, light, loving beings that you are, helping me keep my jewels young and fresh. And on that note,
Absolutely.
don't forget to check out our website at +likemedia.com to watch this episode again or for more stories like this. Remember to follow us on Plus Like Media. And until next time, be present, be vulnerable, and most of all, be you. And I leave you with some loving words from my beautiful angel queen.
What would you say to those children that are struggling, living with HIV, and afraid to tell their parents because of the fear and the rejection that they may feel? What would you say to them?
I personally would say that your parents are going to love you regardless to what. Parents, we love our children unconditionally. So they're going to accept you, they're going to love you, embrace you, and they're going to give you the comfort of knowing that it's okay. It's okay.